Self-assertion is a key element that many women lack in situations of male sexual aggression. Research was conducted the last academic year on this subject as well as others by formulating 6 student focus groups and asking questions concerning sexual tendencies among men and women. Results indicated a predominant need for the skill of self-assertiveness by females. The goal of this presentation is to review outcomes of the previously described research study and to educate the public on the need to be assertive about one's own rights. We will outline definitions and common myths concerning the subject and discuss reasons as well as applicable behavioral practices pertaining to self-assertiveness. In 2008, Dr. Albert Weitz, author of the Date Rape Prevention Site at Truman State University, conducted research with the assistance of his 2 student workers. 6 focus groups were constructed from a diverse cross-section of Truman students. 4 of the groups originated from Dr. Weitz's public speaking and interpersonal communications courses, with 3 female and 1 male group. In addition, there were 16 female social sorority members also participating in the study. The overarching goal of these focus groups was to help girls and women avoid sexual assault on dates through refining the 20 questions so that females would be aware of dating overly aggressive males. 20 Questions to Get to Know You is a set of inquiries developed for girls and women to use on dates. These are meant to help the female get to know her date and recognize any possibly aggressive sexual tendencies that he might have. The 6 focus groups verified that the questions were workable from a female's perspective by stating that they themselves approved of the questions and would feel comfortable using them in a dating situation.
As part of his doctoral dissertation, Dr. Weitz had constructed 3 date rape prevention scripts to be used by females as an aid in various dating situations. A central goal of the focus groups was to revise these scripts and make them more accessible to young women in hopes that by doing so, more people would feel comfortable using them. We wanted to develop a verbal message through the focus group participants' input that would be more typical consistent with the thinking of language of women and girls today. The results of our study proved extremely successful. The Truman student volunteers' contributions to our study was invaluable. The result of their work is clearly illustrated by newly refined verbal communication scripts that females can use and utilize on a date. These new scripts are more modern and accessible to females and will therefore be vastly more helpful than the original scripts. The student focus groups generated so many insights through comments beyond their suggestions for revisions for verbal scripts that we constructed a red flags list to enable female dates to be aware of male behavior. Because not all of the 20 questions are likely to be asked in a dating situation, the red flags list can give a little more insight into the male's true personality or intention. A girl or woman should be attentive to words and actions that can warn her that she's with a boy or man who is overly aggressive. And the red flags list is followed by the things you can do section geared toward females. This list provides ideas for females regarding what they should do on a date, as well as what might give the male date partner the wrong impression, such as ambiguous statements or behaviors.
In analyzing the data and listening to the recorded tapes of the focus group sessions, we discovered a need for the key element of self-assertiveness, as inferred from conversations with numerous participants. They felt that they and their female peers were frequently not direct enough in dating situations, which may lead to miscommunication between the male and female and may contribute to the male having the wrong impression. As described by the focus groups, this failure to expressively communicate boundaries may lead to awkwardness, high levels of tension, or in extreme cases, sexual assault and/or rape. Therefore, it is essential to understand and practice the skill of self-assertion. One of the goals we sought to accomplish was to establish a definition of self-assertiveness. According to the Consumers of Mental Health Services and Family Carers, assertion means to stand up for yourself in a way that does not violate yours or anyone else's rights. It is an honest expression of your opinions and feelings, where everyone's rights are equally respected. According to the continuum made by the University of Texas at Austin Counseling and Mental Health Center, assertiveness lies between passive behavior and aggressive behavior. To explain further, research indicated that passive behavior is failing to stand up for oneself, or standing up for oneself in such an ineffective manner that one's rights are easily violated. The focus groups augmented this concept by reflecting the idea that when people act in a way perceived as weak, a door is opened for other people to take advantage of their personal rights.